Hi, I'm Xavier Waye. I'm 15 years old and the CEO of Xavier Publishing. Xavier Publishing is a company created to publish the stories I carry in my heart. I believe we all have stories in our heart. I believe all things start with an idea. I believe the road to success are three steps: one idea, one voice, and one action. The creation began with one idea. It became real with one voice. And it moved into reality with a single action supported by the actions of others. A wise man once said, the journey of a thousand miles begins with a single step. As of today, I have published 3 books in my story series entitled The Adventures of Firesky. My 3 books are Raven of the Nile, Firesky to the Rescue, and The Great Escape. This is my book trailer. The story is about a boy named Theo who goes on a family trip to his parents' hometown in Luxor, Egypt. They visit because his uncle called and told his father to bring the family because he finally found the secret. All of Theo's life, his father shared a story with he and his brother about how they were related to the King Tutankhamun, the boy king of the 18th dynasty. Even though Theo knew King Tut had 2 children with his sister wife Ankhesenamun that died, but he loved hearing the story from his father. As Theo and his family traveled from Minnesota to Egypt, Theo was surprised by his father to learn about 2 new characters in the story: Firesky and Raven. The 2 new characters seem to be the link to everything we know and don't know about ancient Egypt. From the moment Theo stepped onto the beautiful continent of Africa and Egypt, his life would never be the same because he learns he is the key to the 3,500-year-old secret. Theo's uncle becomes his guide to a hidden annex in the tomb of the boy king Tutankhamun. It reveals the keys to the secret and tells he and his family about the truth of ancient Egypt. His uncle tells the story of the golden box, Pharaoh Tutankhamun, Queen Ankhesenamun, and the enemy of the Egyptian kingdom who seeks to destroy the legacies of the 18th dynasty, the communities that surround the kingdom, the armies who sought to remove the remnants of the bloodline of the pharaohs of the 18th dynasty, the most beautiful woman in the world, the girl named Raven who held the kingdom in the palm of her hands, and Firesky, who along with his friends becomes the savior of Egypt. The story highlights the amazing land of Egypt with its pyramids and still misunderstood hieroglyphics and art. The tombs of ancient buildings like the Valley of the Kings, Hatshepsut's tomb, the pyramids at Giza, the Luxor Temple, and the temple at Karnak. The story showcases the ancient societies like the people of Egypt, Ethiopia, Asia, Greece, and Kush. The stories tell the importance of the Nile River and how communities lived along it. The stories highlight that children were not given any power yet. Firesky, along with his ingenious friends, decide they must take their power so they can save the kingdom, the people they love, and the future of the world. My journey to become a published author was not easy. When I was in second grade, I was diagnosed with autism. Autism is a way of thinking. There are different levels of autism, but I'm what's called high functioning autistic. Since I will one day be a filmmaker, let me show you a short about autism, my superpower. Hi, I'm Xavier Waye, the CEO of Xavier Publishing, and while I was in second grade, I was diagnosed with functional autism. But before we get started, history lesson. Autism. A developmental disorder of variable severity that is characterized by difficulty in communication, social interactions, and puzzles through thought and emotion. It's harder now because I'm 15, but despite my challenges, I know I can do anything. Even with all my flaws and everything that goes on with my everyday life, I can still be oops. I didn't fully understand it at the time. Only because I was 7 years old. But I overheard my mom and my teacher talking about how I'm autistic. But I didn't really mind it as much. And in the car, she explained the whole thing. And ever since then, I worked more on fulfilling my dreams. Despite my challenges, I was able to do all 3 of my books. And there's more coming out. And I was able to make my movies and everything. So despite all my challenges, I can do what I talk and walk like everyone else. But I learned differently. I'm not the greatest with social skills and expressing myself to people I don't know, except for when I create my stories. My stories have helped me because with my stories, I'm forced to socialize better. When I wrote my stories, my superpower helps me focus on the things I love and the things I love to share. Telling stories is the thing I love to share the most. I used to attend public school, where everyone did not see my superpower as a gift. Instead, I had been bullied from kindergarten to 6th grade. My superpower is great for writing, but not so great for making friends. Despite my challenges, I have been lucky because I have the love and support from my teachers and most importantly, my family. Being an author is great. I love doing book signings and connecting with other inspiring people. Since I wrote my first book, I have received letters from people I admire, like Warren Buffett and Rick Riordan. I have received, I have connected with LeBron James' school, Oprah Winfrey, J.K. Rowling. I have been in the newspaper and on radio. Because I have been inspired by other kids who told me I inspired them, I decided to use my one voice and publishing company to help other young people.
My name's Xavier Waye, and I'm 15. and I'm a published author and the CEO of Xavier Publishing. I want to give other young people the same chance I had. I want to publish their stories. I'm going to publish 20 stories from young authors around the world in an anthology called A Whole World of Stories. If you're a student anywhere in the world and have an amazing story, you can submit it online at www.awholeworldofstories.com. To enter, you must be a student in grades 3 through 12 or ages 8 to 19. Have an adult sponsor we can contact. A story less than 7,500 words. You can live anywhere in the world. Submit your entry form and story at www.awholeworldofstories.com. No later than June 30th, 2020 at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Winners will win cash and prizes up to $250,000 for them and their school.
One of 4 writers' stories will be turned into a movie. The last week of October, I get to participate in a press tour about the book. Because of my books and my journey, I also have a documentary coming out called Extraordinary. The documentary is about addressing 20 individuals or companies that inspired me. These 20 will be featured. I know because I know how I felt when other kids my age and younger were inspired by my story and my journey. I'm taking the time to tell these 20, thank you for inspiring me, and basically paying it forward. The 20 includes my GCA teachers and staff, movie directors I hope to work with one day, like Tyler Perry and Steven Spielberg, artists who have made a difference in my journey, like Beyonce and Lady Gaga, the organizations I support that really make a difference in the world, like Autism Speaks. I am proof that your ideas are important. Your voice is important. And if you simply take one action, you can change the world. I am Xavier Waye, CEO of Xavier Publishing, and the author of the book series, Adventures of Firesky. Book 1, Raven of the Nile. Book 2, Firesky to the Rescue. And Book 3, The Great Escape. Book 4 and Book 5 will be available soon. Thank you.